Holy smokes, let's talk about that Andor Season 2 sneak peek special. Because if you weren't excited before for Andor Season 2, this trailer will definitely get you there. Like, I think the sneak peek was way better than trailer 1. Seriously, Season 2 is shaping up to be everything I'd hope it'd be, and it's absolutely giving me Rogue One vibes.
Mandalore!
The trailer opens up to Luthen Rael's antiquities shop, where in the background we once again see Starkiller's Darkstalker armor from The Force Unleashed, and we see what I assume is Mon Mothma's limo arriving outside. And when we flip back to the inside of the shop, we actually catch a glimpse of Padme Amidala's crown from The Phantom Menace. We see stormtroopers surrounding the riots on Gorman, probably just prior to the massacre. And I didn't realize this the first few times we saw this scene, but in the background there is this dome, which appears to be a smaller version of what's called an Imperial complex, which first appeared in Rebels over Lothal, which is essentially a temporary compound base that the Empire uses while occupying a planet. And later on in this trailer, we will actually see Imperials exiting out of the command center in response to the protests. And we actually see that Cyril will be on Gorman. I have a feeling that because of how impactful the Gorman massacre is, it's going to be a convergence zone for all the major characters within Andor. And by the way how Cyril is dressed, I think he's actually part of Imperial Intelligence, which is a rival institution to the ISB. They are basically the CIA of the Empire, while the ISB, who Daedra is part of, would be like the FBI. Next, we see Andor prepping the TIE Avenger for flight, and we now know that this flight suit is that of a CNR test pilot thanks to a new Black Series figure promo that released this week. We then cut to Andor hiding with his sniper on Gorman, and I definitely think Lutheran and the Partisans are going to be the ones that initiate the massacre, because they want this to happen so that there will be a spark for the rebellion throughout the galaxy. And I think the Gorman massacre is why Mon Mothma and Saw go their separate ways in regards to their tactics against the Empire. We next see a freighter arriving at Yavin Base, and it's being escorted by 2 X-Wings. This is a JT-731 Broadhorn transport, the same transport that was used by the Hidden Path to escape Jabim and Kenobi. And this scene is showing the consolidation of all the rebel cells at Yavin Base. We next get a scene showing Kleya detonating something, which by the cuts of the trailer make it seem like it's on Gorman, but it's most likely not. We then see Brasso being held captive on a planet that rumors are now confirming is in fact Lothal. I mean, even if you look at the mountain range in the background, it's the same type of mountain range which was on Lothal in Star Wars Rebels. And later we also see Brasso is with B2 Emo on the planet. So if this really is Lothal, it makes me think that this black smoke in the background of the scene is actually Tarkin Town, which is also from Star Wars Rebels, and it's a town that the Empire destroyed as an example to the citizens of Lothal for rebelling. We then see the 2 tube twins, Benthic and Idrio of Saw's Partisans, on what's believed to be the planet Dakar, the same planet that would later become the home for the Resistance. We get an aerial view of the ISB headquarters, and we hear Major Leo Partegas counting on the rebellion arming themselves so that the Empire can retaliate. We then see Andor activating the TIE Avenger, and on it we see that the Avenger has rotary cannons, and I believe that the inspiration for this comes from the game Star Wars Squadrons, where it's an option to equip it as one of your primary weapons. And Star Wars Squadrons has been getting so much deserved love in live action recently. We next see Cyril with a bunch of KX Sentry droids, which are the Imperial version of battle droids, and one of these are going to become K2SO. And how do we know that one of these KX droids will become K2SO? Well, they all have yellow bands on them, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time we see a KX droid with a yellow band that's not K2SO. Andor then appears back in the cockpit of his U-Wing from Rogue One, and you can tell that this is a U-Wing because of where the hyperspace lever is placed. And then we get our first actual shot of a U-Wing being escorted by a pair of X-Wings. We then get these white structures which look like the architecture from Chandrilla. We see Kleya Marki again, and she's putting on some sort of crest, which kind of looks Mandalorian to me. I think this U-Wing is flying through a mountain pass, arriving on Gorman. And we get to see more of Moroff, who was the giant white walking rug from Rogue One. It looks like Andor and Bix are going to become serious, but I don't think Bix is going to survive the end of the series. We see Director Krennic meeting with the ISB, and we get another shot of these Imperial Army commandos. Now, I really love this shot of the TIE Avenger in the foreground and an Imperial Star Destroyer in the background. And I wonder if this is truly Lothal. Could this be Tarkin's personal Star Destroyer named the Sovereign, which was later destroyed by the Ghost Crew over Mustafar? And I gotta say, as a Starship junkie, I love seeing the heat trails forming around the Avenger's wings as it enters the atmosphere. We get a quick shot of the Imperial Senate, and a lot of people have speculated that Palpatine is not on the podium, it is actually Sate Pestage. We get an official shot of K2SO, and he's throwing one of these Imperial commandos off a walkway, and the Empire still falls off ledges even if there is a railing or wall. And the trailer ends with the U-Wing flying over Coruscant, and this is most likely Mon Mothma's escape from the Imperial world. And I think it's really cool to see that Cassian is probably going to have a helping hand in helping Mon Mothma escape. Let me know in the comments if I've missed anything and what you thought of the trailer. And if you liked this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I hope everybody has a great day.